Hey, good morning, y'all. For y'all that don't know me, my name is Drew. For y'all that do, I promise y'all I'll pay you back soon. No, I'm just kidding. Um, I just wanted to come and talk to y'all about something that I have found extremely helpful for me. And I'm all about explaining things and sharing things. So, this is what I have for y'all. Basically, mindset and how valuable it is for me now, and the transition that I had from not knowing nothing about it, which might be where you are now, to incorporating it into my life and seeing some massive changes. So that's why I want to share this with you, because it was just a net positive. There was nothing negative that came out of it, and it really didn't take that long to incorporate into my life. I just didn't know what I was missing. And so I'm trying to share that with as many people as I can, because it's really simple and it's very beneficial in every walk of life. I mean, this isn't a try to sell something to you video or nothing. This is just me trying to share something with y'all and hopefully improve the quality of your life, because that's really what it's all about. Improving the quality of your life, making every day a day that you look forward to. What is mindset? So you got all these things going on in your brain, like constantly. I know if you're anything like me, I'm a classic overthinker. You can either just live with that or continue to try to get better and improve, because it's like anything else. And there's no cure. There ain't no. I mean, you can treat some symptoms, but I mean, it's always gonna be there. It's gonna be an underlying thing. So I got tired of just being sad and lethargic and not doing anything. So I was like, man, come on, gotta do something. And that's when I discovered mindset. And what it did for me was it took me not out of my head, because you're never gonna get out your head. You're never gonna silence those demons and anything. But what it did was it gave me a new perspective to look at all that stuff that's going on in my head, and almost kind of take control. Like when a invasive thought would come into my head, I'd be like, hold on, it's not your time. Please take a number and I'll get to you when I can, because it showed me how the words that I was being told, like, just, live in the present. Like I say that to you, just live in the moment, be present. Like, yeah, that's cool, but how the hell do I do that? That's where I needed help. Like, just stop telling me what to do and tell me how to do it. That's where mindset really came in for me, and it gave me something to focus on other than these demons in my head screaming. At the same time, I was trying to find another way to make money, an opportunity online for money making. So that is the root of all this, and it really helped in that as well. Like I said, this ain't a sell video. I am going to reference things that are along my path of making money online, but that's just because that's part of the story. But one of the first things I learned was you're going to use your brain. So why not use it in a more positive way? Like, exercise your brain, okay? Fill those thoughts with positivity and education. Opening a book, reading one chapter at a time, and that's all I did. Just one chapter at a time. Every day I changed my daily habits to be that. So what that did is it took the place of those thoughts, and I would just get like super analytical on what I read, really process it, and then I'd write a reflection. Basically, I mean, I'm a writer, okay, by nature. There's been a lot of times where my reflection on what I just wrote is longer than what I just read. But that's just, and for me, that's a good thing, because that means I really gave it the thought and stuff that it deserved. But that took me out of my head against myself, and I was putting positivity and education into it. Okay, so one chapter a day, and I've got a list of books that I've read. I'll shoot a link down below in the description, and everything that I'm offering you is free. I'm not trying to get nothing from you. I just, like I said, I'm trying to spread some positivity and help get people out their head, because I know I needed help, So I'm trying to offer that to other people. Okay, so what I would do is the one chapter a day. I would try to do it the same time every day because, we're all creatures of habit. And if you do it at the same time every day, that time starts coming and your body's like, hey, 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 we should be doing something. And I also liked it to be where I would read the chapter and I'd have the time to do the reflection that I would write immediately following that. So it was just all lumped up into one time block. And that was my time to do that. And I know it's hard to carve out time to do that. And I'm not suggesting that it's just as easy as like when somebody says just do it. No, I mean, originally at the time I was like, full-time job, kids, the whole 9 yards, just a normal life. And so finding that time, I had to create the time. And what I found was I woke up early. Everybody was still asleep. I mean, it was still calm. I've got my office out here where I won't disturb anybody, but I'm reading, so I won't disturb anybody anyways. And if the weather was nice, I would go outside, just me, my cup, my coffee, my book. And then when I was done reading my chapter, which, 10, 15 minutes, depending on the book, could be even shorter than that, I come down and knock out my reflection, another 10, 15 minutes. So maybe half an hour on this. And because I did it in the morning, it was like a great start to my day. I had my coffee, I'd already read some stuff, did a reflection, and so now I'm starting the day with like some positivity. I'm like, this is good. So then what I turned it into is I added on to that. I started creating a daily positivity, like a quote or a meme or just some kind of message, and I published it. I would put it out on YouTube or Facebook, whatever the platform is. I would put that out every day, and I would share that with other people. That was my original contribution, and it wasn't for views or clicks or nothing like that. I was just me knowing I put something positive out in the universe, and those who saw it, they were supposed to see it. And those who didn't, maybe they didn't need it. I'm not the person to tell you anything like who's supposed to be where, doing what, or anything. I'm about to retire from the Army. I'm not telling nobody what to do. It sounds simple, right? Just reading a chapter a day, doing some reflection, which, let's get more into what the reflection is. It is basically just writing down how you understood it. And you can go wherever you want with it. Like, there's really no rules. What I used the reflection for was to interpret it, what I read and how it applied to me. And I would often put in there, like, this is how I want this chapter to affect me. This is the positive outcome that I'd like to gain from what I just read. And I'd ask questions, leave those at the end, see if I can come back and answer them. Because, a lot of times chapters leading to the next chapter, they do the dramatic writing thing where they little cliffhanger. So I just put my thoughts and feelings down about what I just read. And I can post those too. That's not a problem. So you can see exactly like mine. Like I said, though, I'm a writer. I spew it, I type it, and I never edit. That's one of my things. Whenever I'm writing, I don't edit. I leave it pure. Like, I'll do spell check and all that, but I never change it because then that changes my thought. And if I wrote it down like that, that's how I meant it. All right, so a chapter a day, 365 days a year. How many books is that? Let's say a book has 20 chapters. Are you seeing where I'm going with this? That's what? 15, 16, 17, 18 books a year? Imagine the education you get for 18 books a year, and it only took you like 15, 20 minutes a day. That's like a good deal to me. And imagine the impact that has on you. Like, you can tell when somebody is a reader, like when they've got facts about stuff, and just because we're starting out with like mindset and all these positivity things, it by no means that you have to limit yourself to that. This is just where I started because of the positivity and the mindset and the change that I've got from it. But I mean, if this is a way for you to just get more educated in your field of study, I mean, by all means, use this method to do that as well. And I found the reflection for myself personally was what took it from just reading to understanding to get it to stick, because I've heard that you got to read a book like 10 to 15 times to truly understand it, because you only get like 5 to 10% of what you read. And that's why I broke it down so small, because I didn't want to go through that whole time reading a book and only to understand 5 to 10%. So I took it a chapter at a time, and then I reflected on it so that I knew I understood it. So I only had to read the book once, and maybe it took a little longer, but I only had to read it once, and I understood it. And you can always go back and read it again, and you will find things that you missed. But I don't think it's anything like the read it once and only take 10 to 15 or 5 to 10% of the book away. So here's my process that I'm inviting you to. I'm going to, like I said before, drop a link below of a library of books that I have collected. I would suggest starting with Robert Kiyosaki, The Business of the 21st Century. It's not that long, but that's where I started. That's the only reason I'm saying that, and I really liked it. It did. And again, this was for my online business, so it really got me to open my eyes. And like, I don't sell anything that he talks about in there, but I like the mentality and opening my mind up to what he was talking about in regards to how things work in the business world. So that's where I started. So I invite you to go to the website in the description, pick one of those books out and download it. Read a chapter a day, post a reflection. I'll put somewhere down there in the description where you can do that if you want it to make it public, or you just keep it to yourself. That is perfectly fine. I mean, I'm just, like I said, just trying to spread this positivity and this message. And then secondly, I'm going to be posting a positivity post a day. It'll be here in YouTube and Facebook. I'll hit them both up every day. We're going to do this for 30 days. And all I'm asking you to do is just to either like it or comment, do something to let me know like you saw it, you read it. And that's just less than a minute to do that. And I'll have a place for you to post a reflection on the chapter that you read. And none of these are required, obviously. This is just my way of being that accountability partner. If you're one of those people that needs accountability, I see you doing it on a consistent basis. Maybe you missed a day, and I'll be like, hey, what's up, buddy? Everything all right? I see you missed a day. What's going on? And no pressure or nothing, because this is all about positivity, and life happens, you know. But I know I needed somebody to keep me accountable when I first started, and it was helpful because I was like, yeah, you're right. That's when I heard the saying. I don't know who said it, but I really liked it. It was, do not let your head hit that pillow before you have fulfilled all the promises that you have made to yourself that day. And this reading and reflecting was one of the promises I made to myself. So I wanted to let myself go to sleep until I had that reading and that reflection. And if that's something that you need to do, I mean, obviously the best kind of motivation comes internally. But if you need some external accountability, I'm willing to do that for you. Let me know. There's all kinds of details of how to get a hold of me in the description. Y'all have a great day. Drew out.